All right, guys, remember this Kia Soul that I did a timing set on, and I found a missing O-ring for the oil pump, and we realized that the customer drove it 1,000 miles without great oil pressure. Someone just loaded that O-ring with RTV where it was missing. So this thing has a rod knock, end of story, and it needs an engine. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna pull off the whole front clip. I'm gonna show you the new engine right here. This engine has 130,000 miles. I think it ran about 2,300 bucks with a 1-year warranty. So yeah, throw this engine in. Hopefully we can do it in a day. Let's get to it. Hey guys, we're cruising along. Doesn't take very long to get to this point, maybe 20 minutes. Take off the bumper, the crash bar, the under shield, peel back the fender liners. Here's some of our parts on the ground, all in the headlights. We're gonna evacuate this AC system, and then we're going to drain the radiator right there, and then we'll pull out this core support and this whole thing, and then you'll have full access to the engine in about an hour or less. So that's the easiest way I found to do it. So keep cracking at this thing. All right, guys, here's where we're at. We got that core support off. Unhook the AC lines. Transmission cooler lines go right there. Eventually, I'm sure I'll have to take this off. I just left it like that for now. And yeah, there's two 10mm bolts that hold it on the corner. And that's it. Got here in about 45 minutes. We'll keep pulling some other stuff before we get to this engine, but there you go. At this point, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take off my AC compressor, alternator, serpentine belt, start taking off, unconnecting all the wiring harnesses where they clip in, boom, 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 and just lay it all to the side. Do this all around the engine, the half that goes on the top, the half on the bottom. We're gonna have to take off the exhaust manifold and keep coming along, and we'll get this thing out. Check your motor now, your new motor, and see what accessories it doesn't have. Might wanna take them off now, or when it's on the engine hoist, doesn't matter. Just keep taking stuff apart. Guys, if you're not gonna remember exactly like which heater core hose goes to which pipe, go ahead and take a photo or video, and just so your records, you know exactly where it goes, so you don't just mix it up while you're flying by and putting it together. We got the wiring harness, more of it taken off, folded again to the side. We got this ground strap off. All that's left right here is the motor mount. We're gonna go ahead and take off the exhaust, probably from the 2 bolts under the cat, and we'll just take the cat off with it instead of messing with the manifold. And then obviously these 2 heater core hoses, bell housing bolts, torque converter bolts, and really that's it, guys. I mean, I've only been here, I don't know, under an hour and a half, about an hour and a half. You can really do this, at least pull it out and put a new one in. Maybe in a full day's work at least. We'll see how long it takes by the end of the job, but keep going from here. All right, guys, we're ready to pull this engine. We actually have the transmission just jacked up with a block of wood. What took the most time was building this stinking engine hoist. So I want to show you a trick. I got some of these bell housing bolts out, and I just label on the bell housing, where is it? Like number 1. And the bolt, I write a number 1 on it, or where is it? That's a number 3. So you know exactly where these bolts go if they're all different lengths. We got the torque converter bolts out. There's a little shield right there. You can see there's 4 17mm bolts right here. The torque converter can spin freely, so it's disconnected. So we're gonna go ahead and hook up to the engine, and obviously you know where the engine hoist mounts are, there and there, and then take out that last bell housing bolt, and this thing should come free. All right, guys, there it is. Finally got this motor out. There was one more sneaky bell housing bolt in the back corner, but they're all 14mm. I left the exhaust like this, so we'll swap that over to the new engine. So start swapping over your parts, and we'll put this new one back in. All right, folks, got the parts swapped over. Here's the new engine. Obviously the junkyard's gonna have some hoses left, connectors. They just cut them all, so you gotta pull them off. I swapped over the exhaust. I went ahead and used a wire brush to clean up the dowel pins on the back of the engine to make sure they slide in easy. Just check over everything before you install this thing, make sure it's good. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this thing in, try to line it up, go ahead and I don't know, get it in place and try to rock it in. when you're doing these torque converter bolts, eventually, before you do it, just go ahead and push the torque converter in a little bit more, because it can actually come out. I've already done it on mine, so mine's fully seated. Look, this is fully seated. It can actually come out about to there, and it's hard to notice. So push it in, and then you can install those bolts. So, all right, guys, get this thing in. This might be the hardest part about it. All right, guys, we got these bell housing bolts tightened up. We're gonna get these torque converter bolts done. I'm about to let go of my slack. I got the torque strut on the bottom mounted up, got this mounted up, and obviously we have the transmission mount, which we never touched. So we can let our slack down on this and get our engine hoist out of the way. All right, guys, hoist is out of the way. Motor mount's in. Exhaust is hooked up back there. Yep. Go ahead and keep rolling on this thing. I did the torque converter bolts as well. Let's see. This process is just the reverse of what you've already done. So I can't really help you here. Just grind away at this thing. Might not film much of this. But yeah, there you go. All right, folks, it's 2 p.m. almost. I started at 9 a.m. plus building the hoist, obviously, but I'm about to do an oil change and do a first start on this thing. I haven't hooked up the battery, so we'll put the tires back on, do an oil change, hook up the battery, and do a first start on this thing. All right, guys, we just did the oil change. We're gonna cycle the key a few times. Just hooked up my computer there to make sure we have no sensors left unplugged. We'll cycle the key one more time and we'll go for the first start on this thing. Obviously this engine was sitting, I think, for a couple years at the junkyard, so we'll see how long it takes to start up. Here we go. Sounds pretty good. As it wanted a little starter fluid before it stayed running. Probably had to fill that injector rail. But now it's running pretty good, so we'll run it through its paces, do a test drive, charge up the refrigerant, and go from there. Don't forget to add coolant to it, guys. Let it idle here for a while. Run the scanner for codes to make sure all the connectors are plugged in. And then we're going to go for a drive, charge up the refrigerant, and be done on this car. Thanks for watching. Guys, I thought I'd add in a clip of the first drive, so it's doing pretty good.